Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism Open Discussion Session. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nita, one of the wonderful admins of this fabulous, fabulous establishment. If you're new to the Let's Talk Autism, what this is all about is just us getting together as a social gathering online, open discussion. Let's talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. If you have a question, feel free to throw it in the chat. If you can lend some great suggestions or advice, feel free to chime in. That's what it's all about, us supporting one another and sharing, learning, and supporting. Hey, Toxic Roxy, how are you? And there's Michelle. Hey, Mr. Charles. Hey, Mr. Okay. Yeah, 54. Wow. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try to have that going at least for the rest of this month. I'm gonna try to. So, Mr. Charles, I put the link out there for you. I haven't heard from Linda yet. Let me see if she's available. Um, I know she's been busy, and I hate to disturb her, but let me just see if she's okay. Please give me a second. Okay, there's Mr. Charles.
Hi, Nita.
Hey, Mr. Charles. Hey, Princess. How are you? Welcome.
Hi, Princess.
I hit the big 5. Oh, all right.
Hi,
50s and
Michelle.
where's that, Michelle?
Yeah. Well, so did my daughter.
Oh, she made 50?
Yeah. My
All
daughter
right.
turned 50 just about a month and a half ago.
Okay,
Hi,
okay.
Stacy.
Hey, Stacy. How are you? Foxy Roxy. Yep, yep.
Hi, Roxy.
So, how's everything been going with everybody? What have you been up to today, Mr. Charles?
Well, I attended a meeting, or I attended it virtually because I'm getting over a cold. Cindy and I are both getting over colds. We're feeling better, but we're still just getting over them. So decided not to expose anyone else to them.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Roxy.
My daughter, my oldest daughter, was sick all weekend, so I had the little baby. That time of the year.
Yeah. Hey, Lori.
Hey, Lori, how are you? Can't stay long cooking. Oh, Thanksgiving. Okay.
Yeah.
She's from
Must be in
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, enjoy and have a happy Thanksgiving. Awesome. Awesome. So nothing too much has been going on my way. Um, DeAndre is that's what I wanted to talk to everybody um about was water safety and swim lessons. I'm gonna say this. That I wish I would have gotten DeAndre in swim classes sooner, but better late than never. So he started his swim classes and water safety classes uh, this year. Um, so I'm very excited, especially it's very important for us who have autistic children, caring for autistic children and adults. Um, with the statistics being 160 deaths per year for autistic children and adults. So very important. Water safety is very important. So I say to everyone, if you can get your children swim lessons, safety lessons, please do so as soon as you are able, especially if you live by bodies of water. We don't want to think the worst, but it's better to be safe and sorry, and at least, you know, that those will help. The lessons will help them.
Yeah, especially in Michigan, you've got all kinds of
Oh,
lakes
all
there,
kinds.
and you got the
Yes,
Detroit River nearby too.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to eat Thanksgiving dinner too, Michelle. Sounds good. Foxy says, yep, I love fall, but it brings all the sickness, yes, and bugs. Jaylene came home with, oh, poor baby,
Oh wow.
strep throat. Yeah, yeah, everybody starts getting sick. Yes, I recommend swim lessons. Yep, yep. Hey, Lorianda, how are you doing out there in Florida? Is
Hi,
everything
Lorianda.
calm? Are you and Brandon good? Hmm. Yep. So as soon as you guys can, get those babies some swim lessons if you haven't already. I wish I would have done it, when he was a baby. My grandson gets swim lessons now, which is a good thing. My daughter went and put him in a couple months ago. So that's a good thing. Yeah. So anyone have anything on the mind, on the brain?
Yeah, I remember I didn't really learn to swim until I was 13. I took swimming lessons once, one summer when I
Uh-huh.
was, must have been about 9 or 10, but I wasn't able to learn. The other kids were all catching on right away, and I wasn't able to
Catch on.
swim then. But finally, when I was 13, I started swimming, and you know.
Okay.
But then again, I didn't have the problem of wandering away, especially being in body
Right.
water. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's a big thing with our babies. And it seems like they're attracted to the water. Um, Foxy says, I'm glad I came from a family of fishermen because I grew up in Miami, Florida, and learned to swim when I was a baby. Good. And taught all my kids while they were babies, too. Now, that's the perfect time to teach them, too. But now I have to watch Jaylene because she loves it and tries to jump in pools and lakes. Oh, wow. A jumper. Okay, yeah. But that's the perfect time. Is at least she knows how to swim. That's she's not just jumping in. Well, we don't want them to just jump in, but at least she knows how to swim. I learned to swim uh at very early, but my thing is I had a ruptured eardrum.
ooh,
So I was at my friend's when I was about 15, and they were having like a swim, not a party, but like a little family thing with the swimming pool. I jumped in the water and my ear, the, the pain was excruciating. I didn't know
oh
I had a
man,
hole. Yeah, I didn't know I had a hole in my eardrum then, but
ooh,
every since then, I've had a couple surgeries on this ear, but since then, that incident where I jumped in and that pain, even though I know now what it was caused from, I still just sit at the edge of the water. I will not dip my head in water or even attempt to swim. I still got
yeah,
that fear.
yeah. Well, something like that will easily scare you off of it.
Yes, yes. Now, if I had to jump in and save a life, I would do it. But just to go in and nope, nope, nope. Yep, check with your local YMCA to see if they have special programs. Here it is part of PE. Okay, awesome. Yep, so YMCA, a great place to start. Great place to start. Okay, Lorienda says Brandon and I are blessed. Didn't lose power or no damage to my home. Thank goodness. Car is good too. We are safe. Some of the Orlando neighborhoods suffered flooding up to 12 feet. Wow. Some of
Wow.
my coworkers and friends' cars were damaged. Now 99% Floridians have power back now, except for Fort Myers Beach and Sanibel Island areas was very demolished. Yeah, I seen that on the news. No more beach there, honest sad. Keep us all in prayers. We will. Definitely will, but we are glad you guys are safe. I know that hurts. So, yes, yes, it hurts. I still remember that pain to this day. Because I seen the exact same thing happen to a little cousin of mine. Both of his ears ruptured. He came out of the water. Me too. I wanted to pull my ear off. That's just how bad the pain was that day. And it will never get out of my head. That was the worst. We lost power 2 nights ago. Are you in Florida too, Stacy? Always. Yep. Happy to know you. Yep. Happy to know. Are you in Florida, Stacy? Um, yeah, these storms. Is there another hurricane out there, or nothing heard of as of yet? Oh, this is Linda. Uh, yeah, she's just waking up. Oh, oh, you are in Illinois. Okay, all right. Yeah, the I'm not looking forward to the winter though. Winter is coming. I am not ready for it. You think of fall, you think of winter instantly. My mom in Puerto Rico, oh yeah, and they were affected. Just got power and water about a week ago after hurricane. Oh goodness gracious. Puerto Rico has been getting hit. Well, I hope all of them are safe and okay. I'm glad they got their power and the water back on. Sure, Stacy. That's what we're here for, to help each other. Throw it on in there. None coming to Florida or US. Okay, good, good. Right, that's what I say, Michelle. Boo. I'm not ready for the snow. Not yet. Not yet.
But I think snow is cool, don't you?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. A little bit too cool. Yeah, but I'm not ready for it. So, anyone else have any exciting news? Come on, you guys. Let's talk about it. Oh, we're waiting on Stacy because Stacy says she has a question. So we will wait on Stacy and see what Stacy's question is. How's school going for all the babies? Um, we're hitting that going into what, the second term in a minute? Not the second term. Second report card marking. First term, second report card marking. I think that's how it goes. What you up to, Mr. Charles?
Relaxing. Basically, we had Cindy and I had dinner earlier. Um, I fixed whiting fillets for us and broccoli rabe and some rice. Answer to that question, Stacy, is it's autistic boys are no different from any other boys in the range of ages in which they start as we start puberty. For me, it was around 12, but that's one that varies. And of course, a lot of kids of both genders are starting it earlier, and some believe it's because of of hormone medicines washing into
Yeah.
water sources.
Yeah, it is. I can attest to that. My son was on some stimulants for his ADHD, and we had to kind of do a trial run of certain things. But that pushed his hormones, so he started puberty very early, like 10ish. So, but yeah, just like any other young man or young boy, they start puberty around the same time. The voice changes, the hair on the face, all those things start happening. Body changes. But yeah,
Uh,
medicine can cause it to start earlier than what would be considered normal. And it's okay. Just wondering. It's okay. Yeah, that's a great question. That was a great question. Have any of y'all experienced hurricane, tornadoes, or anything with your babies? Any advice how to deal with no internet? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I would go crazy.
wow.
Well,
Yeah, that's,
DeAndre would go crazy.
I know when I grew up, the internet hadn't been invented yet, so that wasn't an issue. Um, and maybe that's kind of a clue that when you're an autistic kid, you gotta when you're raising him, you gotta be conscious that internet outages are going to be an issue if you keep them occupied with activities that depend on the internet. So maybe a good idea, if you have a child that you know is autistic, find activities to occupy the child that don't require the internet. Be proactive. Look, anticipate that sort of problem.
Mhm. Michelle says it is difficult, but we have a basket of other preferred activities. Lots of Legos, cars, paper, and pencils. Yep, good idea. Good idea. Now, we've experienced power outages here. And when that happens, luckily, either DeAndre is somewhere where there is internet, um, or when we do, I get in the car and just, you know, I haven't experienced it to the point where we just haven't had it while he was around all day, but I already know. But that's a good idea, Michelle. Legos, cars, paper, pencils, anything else that they are interested in. Keep them occupied. Lorienda says, yes, I have experienced hurricanes and lost power. My kiddo was very anxious, lots and lots of meltdowns. Oh, wow, I can imagine. I had to keep him busy coloring together, reading to him, and gave him some of my anxiety medication for him to sleep. Okay. Okay. Yep. You have to do what you have to do. When I was growing up, it took forever, Charles. It was dial up. Yep, we had that dial up.
Yeah, I remember when it was dial up. Uh,
AOL.
I remember. Yeah, I remember the dial up internet. Yeah,
Yep, and nobody could use the phone. I'm on the internet. We do drills. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Do drills to prepare. Uh, sorry, you guys. I'm texting uh, Linda back. So yeah, doing drills to help them prepare because you just never know. Um, that's a good idea. Stacy says, and this is going back to the puberty thing. I think my 9-year-old is starting puberty. How do I cope with it or get myself prepared for this? Because this is something new. Well, there's a lot of things that go with puberty, what are you more worried about? Exactly. I mean, um, there's the hair growth, there's the growth spurts, there's the deep voices, the voice changes. There's the yes, in the private areas. We definitely gonna get that. That's a given. I've been through that too. Um, so, what exactly is your concern? Because it is you got to go through it one way or another.
And another thing that I remember for me, I didn't know what it was called at the time, but panic attacks. Um, it wasn't until I was well on my way to getting diagnosed, and I read Temple Grandin's book, Thinking in Pictures, and she told about the panic attacks she suffered during her teenage years, and then I recognized that's what I had during that time, panic attacks.
Okay.
And they didn't happen at the onset of puberty. They happened a couple of years in.
Okay.
Started when I was about 14. Puberty started when I was 12. So,
Okay. And
um,
what would trigger your panic attacks, though, Mr. Charles?
I
What?
I really can't put a finger on anything that would necessarily trigger it. I just had them.
Okay. Yeah, that is funny, isn't it? Laurie had the AOL. Wow. Do you know some people still have AOL email addresses? Unbelievable. I'm like, wow, does this still exist?
Yeah, my daughter worked for AOL for a couple of years there.
Really?
Yeah,
I can still hear the noise in my head, and you couldn't log on at night. Otherwise, you're right, right. That phone sound. Oh yeah. Hey Sonia, how are you? Sonia went to Vegas. Did you win anything, Sonia? Sorry, back for a little bit. Okay, Lori. How you been, Lori? You been okay? Tornado Alley here. We lost power at least 3 times in the spring every year. Well, lose power. Yeah, we lose at least over in my area at least once a year. This year so far it's been one time. No, twice. We lost power twice this year.
yeah. We had some hurricanes. Hi, Sonia. I had hurricanes when I was growing up. I read about tornadoes, but tornadoes rarely strike on the East Coast. And there actually, one time, there was one in the news that swept through the Hartford area in Connecticut, and it decapitated a man. My guess is his head probably got sliced off by debris or something. My
Wow.
guess, but
Wow. Stacy says I seen some minor dark hairs on his legs, but I'm aiming towards certain areas. Okay, like the pubic area, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's going to definitely happen. Stacy, there's a lot of things involved, including body change. Yes, mood changes because my son became angrier while going through. Yep, a lot of changes take place. You can always talk to your doctor or counselor. They may be able to get you some pamphlets or some other information for puberty. Yep, great idea. Yep, especially if it's something you are more concerned about. I would definitely talk to his doctor about it. I'm scared of tornadoes. We get them after our hurricanes. Oh, wow. That has to be something. You have to go through a hurricane and then worry about a tornado coming right after it. No, girl, I didn't win. I had Queen and her nephew. Okay. We were upstairs where the kids play. Okay, okay. Did Queen enjoy herself? More scared of the tornado than hurricanes for some reasons. So, well, yeah, I guess because of the whirling winds, you just never know where the tornado is gonna hit.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing about Vegas too is that not everybody goes there to gamble. Um, I was married to my late second wife, Eloise. We went to Vegas twice, including for what proved to be our last anniversary. But we didn't gamble, and we went there for the shows and the food.
Okay, so I'm assuming you guys are talking about the tornadoes. Calm, you guys. Yeah, I think I'll be kind of scared. Queen enjoyed being somewhere different. Well, good, good. That's good. She had a good time. So anyway, you guys, we have to think about what are we going to. We need a focused topic for next week so we can focus on uh, something to talk about. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I've been to Las Vegas many times. I gamble. I go eat at buffets, see shows, or just walk around the strip. Yep, yep. I haven't been to Vegas in a long time, but yes. My family is actually planning a family get together, I guess you would call a pre reunion trip to Vegas for next year. So I'll probably go. But I definitely want to go and see some shows. That would be
One
a
thing about one thing about Vegas is that because they expect you to gamble, you can get some pretty good bargains on
yeah.
some rooms and some really nice hotels.
Foxy says, "Oh no, I panic and can't sleep when they say anything about tornadoes." Oh, okay. I prefer hurricanes because you can prepare days ahead. People here in Bama sound crazy. They prefer tornadoes. Okay.
I remember we had some big storm go through Connecticut, and it must have been in the early fall of 1955. It would have been after we'd been in Connecticut for a year, and because I remember that in the early fall of 1955, I'm pretty sure it was because it was before my brother was born, and by the next year he would have been born. So, and a lot of people had flooded basements. Our house was up on a hill, so we didn't have that problem. But uh,
Okay. Next topic, autism and other diagnoses for LT. Okay, that's a good one. I'm gonna note that. Mr. Charles, now that she mentioned that, I was speaking to another adult who suspects that she may have autism. Where can she go as an adult to get an official diagnosis? I know you mentioned some places before, but can you tell us again if you are an adult?
well, what I did, and as I called the local chapter of the Autism Society of America, and the
Okay.
president of the local chapter was very helpful. She suggested a neurologist. She recommended a neurologist to whom a lot of the members of that local chapter had gone. And so I made an appointment with him, and he just asked me a few questions. He said, "Yes, you have what was then called Asperger's syndrome. Now, though, I think they put you through a few more paces to diagnose you. I don't think it's quite that simple, but that would still be where I would recommend starting. Start with the local chapter of the Autism Society of America or Autism Society of Canada or wherever she is."
Okay. Okay. Thank you. But yeah, that would be a great topic, Lorienda. Social Security, we can do a puberty one. Yeah. Puberty, yeah, that would be a great one. IEPs, ways to deal with behavioral issues. Good topics, you guys. Good topics. Um, since she said Social Security, I want to put out there again, you guys. We want to try and get a discussion, not necessarily just Social Security, but of guardianship, power of attorney, what's the other one? Conservatorship. So if anyone is interested, we're trying to get more people to come and join in. I know Lorienda said she would probably join in. Pam, I know Foxy said she has to wait till Raymond is 19. Is it 19, Foxy? But if anyone else has been through the process or knows of the process in your state and you like to be part of the discussion and share that information with our parent support group, reach out to us and let us know. But yep, Michelle, great topics, noting all of that. Sonia says, I'm disabled, can't really walk the strip, but I can walk through a casino. Go figure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's one thing about Las Vegas too is anyone who has had a gambling problem in the past. I don't recommend they go to any place like Las Vegas or Atlantic City. In a lot of cases, just to get to the point from point A to point B in your hotel, you have to go through the casino.
Yeah, well, these casinos, you can't run from them now. Like here in Detroit, if you stay downtown, you got 3, 4 casinos down there.
But the
Um,
thing is, though, you don't have to actually be in one.
right,
Whereas
which is
in
true.
Vegas, it's hard to avoid walking through them.
Right, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Social Security benefits and SSI. Yep, that's a good one for our children. So I don't know if we should put that as part of the panel of discussion when we talk about guardianship. You think we should combine them or keep that separate, a separate discussion? Stacy says, I wish I was more prepared for the power outage the other night. I was suggested to get a calm box for the boys so they won't go through a panic. What's a calm box? Yeah, I never heard of calm box. That's interesting. A live topic, holidays and autumn. Good one. Good one.
A calm box is a box that's not excited.
Ha ha, Mr. Charles. I want to be a storm tracer. Earthquakes are petrifying. A storm tracer. I'm running away
Yeah.
from all storms.
But yeah, earthquakes you get no warning about. That's the thing about them. Whereas even tornadoes, you at least get a warning in that you get a warning that tornadoes have been spotted in the area, and to take cover, even though you don't know your neighborhood's going to get hit. At least that there's a possibility. But earthquakes, total surprise.
Yeah. Great topic. Autism. Holidays. Yep. So maybe we should we'll work on that one since the holidays are starting to come back to back. We'll work on doing those. Where's Pammy? Pammy's in. I didn't see Pammy. Oh, there's Pam.
Hi, Facebook user.
In Alabama, the child has to be 19 until you can file anything for guardianship. Raymond just turned 18. Okay. Okay. I wonder why you have to be 19. Wow.
It's just state laws vary.
Okay.
And I hate to think of a parent who lives in one state where you have to be older, the child has to be older, and they're moving to a state where parents have no authority over the child once the child turns 18, unless they get guardianship, and they don't have it because where they live they can't get it.
Right. Right. It's sad the things we have to go to make sure our babies are okay. Okay, separate topics. Noted. Noted. Pammy.
Hi, Pam.
Charles is something else, isn't he, Michelle?
Yep, you is.
You learn to watch the radar, you can actually see them forming. Oh, girl, that would scare me. Oh, no, it's close. We are on fall break already here out. Already? Wow. Okay, fall break. I don't know what it's called, but it's supposed to have sensory items to keep the kids with autism. Okay. So it's just a box of things, maybe fidget toys or things like that to help them. That's interesting. Calm box. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, two things that help me are Sudoku puzzles and logic problems.
Yeah, I used to like to do those logic problems. I used to love them.
I
I
had one.
never tried the Sudoku. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, they were invented by a Japanese lady named Sudoku.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sudoku. Okay. I'm gonna have to try that out though. I never tried them. Call box things to distract and help with. Okay. Okay. No calming box would help Ralph unless it had Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing. It's good as a parent, from the get go to be proactive about that. You
Mhm.
know, my child needs something to do that doesn't depend on the internet,
Right.
and think that way. And what can I get for my child to do that doesn't depend on the internet being available? And then that way, you're prepared for if the internet becomes unavailable for whatever reason.
Right. Brandon knows how to play Sudoku. Oh wow. All right. I'm gonna have to catch up with Brandon because I never
Yeah,
tried it.
well, it's just the classic version. It's a 9 by 9 square. It's divided into 9 smaller 3 by 3 squares, and in each of those squares, and in every row, every column, each of the numbers from 1 to 9 is represented and has to appear exactly once. And they can appear in any order, but they and those puzzle designs, there's only one solution.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it out, see if I can master it or master at least one of them. What do you do during spring in case we get tornadoes like the Oaklawn one? Mr. Charles?
Yeah, I mean, of course, when I was growing up, I grew up in the East Coast, and the East Coast tornadoes are very rare. I mean, I read about them in school, heard about them, but never experienced one. The closest I came to experiencing one was reading about one that passed through part of Connecticut, but not the part where I lived. You
Okay.
know, I only had to deal with the danger of tornadoes when I got to college. Then we had a couple times they had us all get down in the bottom level of the residence hall and sit along the wall, because they had a tornado warning. They had a couple times they had to do that, but and then we moved to Illinois, and there we had to worry about tornado warnings.
Okay. Yeah, we always get the warnings, but when we have tornadoes in the city, it usually just hits one block. The last one I remember just went straight down one street and tore up that street, and the surrounding areas were okay. But we get far and very few tornadoes here in Detroit, but they do happen.
Yeah, you're more liable to get them when you get inland in the state of Michigan, and then Chicago area likewise. Not too much in the city, but you get out in the suburbs, the outlying areas, and
Hmm.
then you get tornadoes. Hi,
Hey,
Don.
Dinah, how are you? Brandon and Charles understands it's hard for me. Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to check it out.
And those logic puzzles, yeah,
Mostly.
both Sudoku and the logic puzzles applies to both of them. You get there are some that are designed to be easy, and some that are designed to be difficult. Oh yeah, mahjong. I've played
I
also.
like those.
There's a card version of that called Ming.
Ming.
Yeah, it's a card version of mahjong.
Oh,
You
okay.
play with
I like
cards instead
that
of
game too.
tiles. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah,
Oh, that was a question for Pam. I'm sorry. Raymond will most likely be drawing because art is his thing, and Jaylene loves putting together puzzles. Okay, good. So you already have something. Well, we know Raymond is a great artist, so I know he'll go full fledged into his art.
and it was a funny thing that a lot of autistic kids are either great in art and terrible at math, or great at math and terrible at art, like me. That's me. I'm, of course, I'm the numbers guy, but I can't draw my way out of a wet paper bag.
Um,
Ooh,
Chase,
ooh,
hi,
sorry.
Michelle. How are you?
Hi,
Chase recently
Michelle.
came on to the live feed. Chase recently came on to the live feed. I have twins with autism. One of my sons passed away last year. Chase,
Oh, sorry.
sorry to hear that. But who is Chase? Chase recently came onto the live feed. I have twins with autism. Yeah, definitely sorry for your loss. Um oh, that's Pam. Yeah, so sorry to hear that. Yep, we have tornadoes every other week here in Albertville. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you get into the Midwest and especially the Plain states. I mean, there's a reason why the author of the of, of Alice in Wonderland, the reason why he chose Kansas as the setting, or no, the Wizard of Oz rather. I'm getting too the author of the Wizard of Oz chose Kansas as the setting. Yeah, because tornadoes are common. I think the state where that has the most tornadoes per land area is Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
But
Dinah says she's trying to get over COVID, still having
uh,
some symptoms, mostly sinuses. Oh, well, I hope you get better real soon, Dinah. Michelle says, to hand is have you had to hand experience with another twin of autism passing away and the other one not the way what happened? Can you make that out, Mr. Charles?
I think she was asking, have you had to handle an experience where you have twins and one of them dies and the other one doesn't understand what happened to his twin sibling? I think maybe that's what she's saying.
Okay. Anyone have twins, autistic twins? I don't have any twins, and I haven't had that happen. I'm so sorry to have that's
Yeah.
happened to you. But if
The one
anyone
thing
in
I,
the chat can answer that.
the one thing I say about dealing with kids and death, and I mean this goes neurotypical kids too, but it goes parents ask, well, what do I tell my child? His grandfather died, this relative died, that relative. One thing is, um, whatever you say, be as direct and as simple as you can be, and don't tell the child anything that you personally don't really believe.
Okay. So just being honest with the child helps more so than
Yeah.
trying to cushion it, basically. Um, I make sure our phones are charged and keep a flashlight for them. Okay. That's your calm box. Yep, definitely have to have the phones charged. Charles Raymond is a senior and has straight A's and wow, so he's
And
good at both.
yeah, that's not as common, but yeah, I guess you can have that, but that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Let's see.
And that's the thing is when you have a child who's got strengths like that, and is help the child to, your goal is you want the child to succeed in putting those strengths to use in the world.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it wasn't Chase. I meant I have not been on live feed in a while. While Mark passed away with psoriasis of the liver at 24. So sorry to hear that.
Psoriasis means cirrhosis.
Cirrhosis, I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably she means cirrhosis. Yeah, but yeah,
Queen is an artist that doesn't understand math. Okay.
yeah, that's more common. Is they're great in one and lousy at the other. Yeah, and me, it's the reverse of that. Yeah, cirrhosis of the liver. Yeah, ooh, yeah.
Jaden is great at art. I cannot draw a straight line to save my life. That's me too. Even
Well,
with a ruler.
the one thing I could do, actually, I never put this to use in any way, but I remember I could do it, was
Uh-huh.
geometric art.
Okay.
And given a protractor and uh, and the compass and things like that, I could draw some geometric art. Um,
Okay.
but as far as being able to draw actual objects, I couldn't do that.
Okay. Yeah, I can't draw worth a dime. Um, Sorry for your loss. Well, my beautiful lovelies, I'm out. I am exhausted. I have a sinus infection and ear infection going to sleepy sleep. Sending love to each of you. Love you, Lorienda. Thank you.
Yeah, you take care. Get a good night's
So,
sleep.
yeah, get some good rest and take care of yourself. Hugs. And yeah, she's saying cirrhosis. Feel better, sleep well, feel better soon, my friend. Feel better soon. Yes, okay. They don't know if it was due to a bad liver when he was born or the medications he took. Okay, so you're saying he had liver problems when he was born, because I do know liver medications can affect the liver, but they knew he had a liver problem when he was born, and they don't know if it was because of the initial problem or the medications um, just pushed the problems further with the liver. Unfortunately, he was not a recipient of a liver transplant due to his autism, which I fought and still hurting to this day. Really? They can deny you, Mr. Charles, if you have autism?
That's something I can't say yes or no to because I've never had
Right.
to get a transplant of anything. So I
Wow.
that's news to me.
Yeah, that would seem like that's discrimination, right? Just because they
Yeah,
have autism. Now I can see if they had maybe a medical problem where the transplant wouldn't really prolong or help to prolong their life, or they were just too sick. But just to say they had autism, that's really strange.
yeah, and again, I can't comment one way or
Right.
the other on that because I've never the issue of getting a transplant has never arisen for me.
Foxy says, I don't have twins, but our aunt and therapy dog passed away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Recently, and I explained death in simple terms. I explained they got very sick and died and went to heaven. So they live in heaven now, and it was okay to express feelings and cry. Okay, that was good. Yeah. Are you an advocate of a person with a disability due to autism not receiving a transplant? No, no, no. Um, I my I'm not. We're not receiving or looking to receive a transplant. I see they did. I see in Texas. Yeah, that really doesn't seem fair, Pam. That that just sounds like discrimination for them to do, you know, something like that. That doesn't sound right. Wouldn't that be discrimination or just yeah, I would think so. Because
Yeah,
that just doesn't sound right to deny someone a transplant just because they have autism, you know?
but that's something, well, by this point, the issue is moot, unfortunately. But, that's something, and, obviously you'd have to consult a lawyer about for legal advice on that because I don't know, what exactly ADA prohibits and what it allows, what loopholes there are in ADA, in other words, to put it that way.
Mm. They did tell me because of his autism and his enlarged heart, which may have been another factor. Okay, I'm thinking it was probably just because of his enlarged heart. I
Yeah.
can't see them basing it on his autism, but yeah, I could see if he's having issues with his heart, he probably wouldn't have been a good candidate. They told me because he would not be able to take his medication on his own that they Egypt not put him on the they they would okay, I'm just assuming because he can't take it on his own, he needs help. They wouldn't put him on the list. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm talking into my phone. That's okay. Unfortunately, NBC News did a story on it and they can't. Wow. Really? Guess it's one more thing to push for. Are you serious?
Well,
This one
again, that's why I said about loopholes in ADA. That there are some things that they can discriminate against a person um, in regard to, and that's the thing. Just as there are loopholes and other things.
Hey, Stacy. No particular topic tonight. It was just open discussion. Um, but we're at our last few minutes. I'm putting the link up in the chat again.
Hi,
So if
Stacy.
any of you want to come on up and say some last words, you're more than welcome. Foxy says, sounds like you need to speak to a lawyer about it, Michelle. We are not medically experienced, right? Or have experienced something like that. Sounds horrible. Sorry. Yes, it really does. I just can't believe it. It's like just because a person has autism, they would be denied.
Well, something I've heard of in this and another group as well is of parents trying to buy life insurance on their kids and being denied because the child is autistic. But again, that one would relate to the fact that statistics show that autistic people have a significantly lower life expectancy than neurotypical people. Never mind the fact that I'm getting ready to turn 76 and I'm going strong. I'm the exception, and I think I know why those reasons are. I mean, for one thing, you just get the fact we were talking about kids drowning, wandering off and drowning. That's one
Yeah.
danger. But then you get the food issues. um, and the fact that so many autistic people are picky eaters, and I overcame. And well, for one thing, because my mom introduced me such a wide variety of foods, my picky eating didn't limit my nutrition to the extent that it does for some kids. And then I gradually, branched out in my food tastes and learned about nutrition and so on. So because of that, I have a long-standing habit of healthy eating.
Okay. For some reason, life. Right. That makes me sad too, Pammy. Now
Yeah,
there's nothing that can bring him back. He passed away on April 28th of 2021. And he will always be in my heart. He was just so special, and I wish I could figure it out. The only thing that really kills me is because he was nonverbal. He couldn't tell me what was hurting him or if he had a bad tummy ache. That's what really gets me to this day. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I'm so sorry. Maybe it all depends on the state where you live as well, but regardless, yeah, I it just it's not.
yeah. Yeah, it probably does because ADA, as we've said, it permits some things like this, but some states may have anti-discrimination laws that are much stricter and that wouldn't allow that.
Mhm. Kids or adults with autism are nonverbal,
Nonverbal.
and you don't know if they have a toothache or a headache or a tummy ache. That's my only kids. That's my only kids are adults with autism who are nonverbal, and you don't know if they have a toothache, headache, a tummy ache. That's my only heartache because they can't tell me what's wrong with them. Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
sure that's another reason why statistically autistic people have much shorter lifespans because they can't express, symptoms they're feeling.
Hmm. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna put the link in one more time. It's our last call. For any last words for tonight's discussion. Um, and we will be back same time, same place next week. Again, if you are new to our LTA, Let's Talk Autism. This is our social gathering, our get together, just laid back, and we talk about autism or other among other things, kind of break the monotony every now and then, have a laugh or two with Mr. Charles. You are more than welcome to come on up and say a few words if you have a business. The door is open. We're here every Sunday. I will bring you on at the end if you are doing something awesome for autism. If you have an organization, you are more than welcome to come on up and share a little bit about your business at this time. If you have any last words, you want to say something inspirational, you are more than welcome to come on up and share those last words. Um, Michelle says, thank you. I'll call you at the same place next time. If you are new to the LTA, let's talk. This is our association.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I didn't get that, but okay. Have a great week, y'all. Create memories and love on your family because we don't know how much longer we have on this earth. You got that right. Love everyone. Love, love, love. Stacy says, love each other, love those kids, and good night, everyone. Thank you for coming by, Stacy. Hope to see all of you guys next week. Pammy says, have a wonderful evening, everyone. I'm tired. Get you some rest, girl. Get you some rest. Don't give up, right? Don't give up. Michelle says, have a great week. Remember, if you are worn out, you cannot take care of your babies. Hey, so make sure you charge your batteries. Amen. Charge the batteries. Take care of yourself. All right, you guys. Mr. Charles, you have any last words?
Yeah, again, I think maybe, and if I do a focus live in the future, maybe what I'll do is go back over a lot of the different things from my childhood,
Okay.
and things especially that I think parents in this group can relate to and dealing with, and go through my story of how I managed to get to where I am in life now, but
Okay. That would
focus
be
especially
awesome.
on childhood because this is the parents group.
Mr. Charles, just stop that. It's for you too. Come on now. We're
Yeah,
all in this together. You share,
yeah.
we learn from you. It's all about sharing, learning, and supporting. You help us out in many ways. In many ways. Thank you. You
Well,
are valuable to us.
it's something that though that I've long learned, and of course I mentioned the fact that I serve as an elder in the congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I've learned, when giving talks or even in question and answer parts of meetings, when raising my hand and give a comment, look for things that are useful to others. There,
Yeah.
look at something that's useful to my audience that my audience will be able to
We're
use, as
parents.
opposed to just nice facts to know, but you know, whom does it
Well, we
help?
look forward to that. And as always, all you have to do is let me know when you are ready and we will set it up.
Okay.
Right, Foxy. No way out. And Michelle says you are a parent, but you are the words of wisdom we all need to navigate this road. There you
Yeah,
go.
and it's true. I have experience as a parent too.
Yeah.
My daughter is not on the autism spectrum. She recently, though, did learn that she has ADHD.
Okay.
That's something we didn't know, but
You are definitely
I can see it looking back at her growing up. I can see that the signs were there.
okay. Well, you are definitely a value to our community, and we appreciate you. So on that note, you guys, we will see you next week. Same time, same place. Stacy says, Mr. Charles, you're amazing. Looking forward to it. We all are. All right,
Okay,
everybody.
Stacy. Good night.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you next time.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.